We are approaching a week from the NFL draft, and Sully is in high gear with the mock draft mania. You have sorted. What are we about to get into here? What type is this?
So this one I was going to do a compilation, but this one is actually so interesting in itself. It's NFL.com, Daniel Jeremiah, his new one from a few hours ago.
And is it like perfect pair or disaster scenarios, or is it just a normal?
It's not one of those weird ones. This one is just his mock draft 3.0.
Let's go.
Mock draft, you feeling good about it? How high would he go in this year's draft?
Do it live! All right. So number 1 and 2, pretty much the same guys we've been used to. Kyler Murray, Nick Bosa. Skip over that. Number 3 to the Jets. This guy has fallen, and now he must be on the rise again. Ed Oliver, 3 overall to the Jets.
I think Ed Oliver, no matter where he goes, is going to prove a lot of people wrong. I like him. He's obviously a guy you got to have a scheme for. He's a guy you're going to have to work with. He has certain limitations, but he is in that Aaron Donald mold. Now, he's not Aaron Donald. I hate when people say that, but he from a height standpoint, weight standpoint, he's a disruptor. That's the way to put it. You are drafting an interior disruptor. I like Ed Oliver. 3 might be a little high. I do think he creeps back into the top 8 by next Thursday night. I think people bagged on him and knocked him, and now he's built his brand back up, and I think he belongs in that top 8. So, yes, I'm a buyer on Ed Oliver.
Let's jump into number 6, Giants.
Pass.
What do you make of this?
Pass.
They have
Pass.
Daniel Jones, quarterback from Duke, as the second quarterback off the board.
I just pass. This only upsets me. They're not taking a quarterback at 6. I am damn near convinced of it. So, fine. But if you're taking one at 6, why wouldn't it be Haskins? Daniel Jones. Next. I don't. Please.
All right, let's
pick another team. You got 32 choices.
Let's go 8 Lions. Offense in this draft. Jonah Williams, guard, Alabama.
I mean, he's a tackle in college. All right, you want to play him at guard. I think that would be a waste of a pick, to be quite honest with you. I do. Now, if this were last year and Quentin Nelson is staring at you on the board, that's different. The only offensive player I think that fans would find remotely acceptable might be Hawkinson. I still believe it's a defense pick here unless they trade down. And yes, I think Quinn is serious about trading down.
Has Hawkinson the following pick to the Bills, weapon for Josh Allen?
I think it'd be a perfect selection for the Bills. You got a big quarterback who's mobile, struggles with accuracy. Get him the security blanket. Get him that trusted receiver, the check down. Get him a big body, a big target. I think a tight end is a young quarterback's best friend. I think that would be a fabulous pick for the Bills. Fabulous.
Moving ahead, Devin White, 10th overall to the Broncos. No issue. Surprise there.
I love Devin White. Again, that's a guy I would not be shocked if you saw him go top 6. Top 5, rather. Giants won't do it, but maybe, in that top 5 range. Man, big-time linebackers are making a comeback in this sport. You saw the money that C.J. Mosley got. You see the money some of these dudes are commanding. The linebacker position where speed, lateral quickness, covering the flats, being able to stop the screen game, those are all things that are very, very valuable. You can't just have 11 small people on the field.
So Dwayne Haskins, have him going 11th overall to the Bengals.
Look, I like Haskins. I think he's the most polished passer in the draft. You got to keep him clean. You got to know going in, you're going to have to invest a lot on your offensive line. The Bengals need a quarterback. They didn't extend Andy Dalton. I have zero issue with it. I think the Giants are idiots for passing on him at 6, but I don't run the team. If the Bengals got him at 11, that is a franchise win. And you know what? You can laugh. He's also a Buckeye. That matters in that state. That sells tickets. Like Ohio State kid being the quarterback of the Bengals. That helps the Bengals. From a business standpoint, that'd be a great fit.
No doubt. And you mentioned Ohio State. Now we got to mention Michigan. 2 Michigan players going back-to-back in this mock draft. 12 overall to Green Bay, Devin Bush. 13 overall to the Dolphins, Rashawn Gary.
The Gary one, again, you're going to have to get the best out of him. The Michigan coaches couldn't. For whatever reason, you can, I know Michigan sycophants want to say, oh, well, he was the anchor. I don't want to hear it. Production is payment. and he didn't produce enough, and he didn't bring intensity on every play. You draft him, you better be confident you're getting it out of him. Devin Bush, I think, has a role. I've said it since early in the process. Yes, he's small. No, I wouldn't take him in the top 10. But if my defense, if I can protect him with a big-time D-line, and if his job becomes that sideline-to-sideline scrape, the ability to blitz, the ability to cover the flat, blow up the screens, I could see a scenario where Devin Bush is really effective. But he can't be one of these every-down linebackers and big-time in a run game. He'll get pulverized. You'll never keep him clean enough. But I think as a very specialized player, yes, I think he could have an absolutely big impact.
Green Bay would be interesting. I mean,
they need speed. They need a lot of that. Look at the division they play in. You're dealing with Tariq Cohen. You're dealing with Carry-On. You're dealing with Dalvin Cook. You're dealing with a ton of running backs who catch a ton of passes. Devin Bush could be a very good nickel linebacker, a guy who's a specialist, a guy that I asked to go and take those guys away.
Yeah, and as he says, I think Devin Bush can go much earlier than people are expecting him in this draft, so we'll see what happens there. 14th overall, this is a team that needs an upgrade in their secondary. Falcons, Greedy Williams, corner. LSU.
Love it. I love it. And again, Greedy's a guy. Greedy and Ed Oliver would be the two guys that are on that revenge tour. And to me, 6'2", long, rangy, great ball skills, can play man, can play zone. The tackling is what it is. I don't really put a premium on it at corner. Any team that needs a corner, you got to look at him. Now, if you preferred DeAndre Baker, I understand that. I'm okay with that. But some of these mocks with Greedy going, 26th.
29 we've seen. Yeah.
I just have a hard time believing that. Yeah, I think that'd be great for Atlanta.
Let's jump ahead to 17, the New York Giants.
Pass.
Tell me what you make of this. Montez Sweat at 17th overall.
What? What is that, because of this heart condition thing that now is coming out days before the draft?
Giants end up with their edge rusher and quarterback, but in the opposite order from what's been expected. Sweat could go later than some anticipate.
Yeah, because they're talking about this Mo Hurst-esque heart condition. Okay, if they end up with Montez Sweat and Daniel Jones, I'll take it. But I don't know if I'll be around at 17 if they pass on Sweat at 6. And I would accept it. I love the kid. I really do.
Few more quick notes. David, 20th overall, Lonnie Johnson Jr., corner, Kentucky to the Steelers.
David's not happy.
Shaking his head.
Next.
You have the Clemson offense, defensive lineman sprinkled in throughout the.
Where's Christian Wilkins?
Wilkins is 19th to the Titans.
Be a very nice pick there. Where's my man Dexter?
Dexter is 32nd to the Patriots.
What a Patriot pick that would be, wouldn't it? I think Dexter Lawrence has top 12, top 10 talent. What a Patriot pick that would be.
Quickly, Noah Fant, 24th to the Raiders.
Love it. Got to replace Jared Cook. Go get yourself a younger Jared Cook. Noah Fant is a deep threat at tight end. He's a guy you're going to stretch the seam. That'd be a very nice pick for them. And it's hard for me to say nice things about the Raiders.
And this is a perfect one to close on. I'm going to read the description, then I'll give you the player, see if you can figure it out.
Sure.
This organization once spent a first-round pick on a quarterback who'd become the eventual replacement for a 35-year-old future Hall of Famer, and they repeat history here by the Green Bay Packers selecting Drew Lock with the 30th pick in the first.
I don't think there's any way Drew Lock is available at 30. And I also don't think it's the right time to do that. I think next year's draft is far more appropriate. They still have to be in win-now mode. And they have 2 first-round picks, and it's an opportunity right now to put talent around Aaron Rodgers. I would not do that.